Welcome back, Dividend Stackers. This is the ULTY YOLO with George Aguilar. This is my weekly ULTY portfolio update for the week ending December 26, 2025. We're going line by line through the actual portfolio, my dividends, and then we're going to spend time on price, especially what ULTY has done since the reverse split. No hype, no guessing, just data. And a quick reminder, none of this is financial advice. This is just what I am doing with my money inside of ULTY. And I'm recording this on Friday's close or right after Friday's close. ULTY closed at $38.75, has gone down a penny since then. And you can see there for the week, it actually did. But if we take a look at last week, we actually closed at $38.80. The dip obviously was because of the 57-cent dividend that was paid out. And while the chart does not look strong, definitely looks like it's stabilizing, and that is translating over on my portfolio. When you take a look here, I'm showing ULTY's market price sitting at $38.75. My share cost basis now stands at $53.55, and my break-even price continues to go down at $44.22. That price includes the total dividends received. My share count now stands at 297. And my market value now sits at $11,508.75. My cash invested, which is out of pocket and dividends, total cash invested stands at $15,902.90. My cash invested that's out of pocket, that does not include any dividends, sits at $13,133.18. And now my dividends received lifetime here, $2,769.72. That puts my monthly dividends at $621.41. And when we take a look here at the weekly net dividends, you can tell that the dividends are starting to stabilize there. And we'll see how that continues, but I'll continue to track that, obviously. My unrealized loss now stands at a negative $4,394.15. which is a negative 27.63%. My true gain, making a comeback there, a negative $1,624.43. That is a negative 12.37%. At one point, my account was down almost 20% in true gain alone. So that's starting to look a lot better. And I will say I was making some calculations earlier in the day, and I will share those later. One thing I'm starting to work on is the projection tracker that I've been wanting to do. I just haven't had the time to actually go in here and put it all together. But I will spend some time, and as soon as I have it available, I will share it in what I'm projecting, especially since the reverse split occurred. So we can track to see how I may do based on the dividends that's been paying out, a little bit lower. But that's something what it'll look like, and I am still working it out. It is not ULTY YOLO style yet, but I will make sure that I work super hard in this to make it be as reasonable as possible. Obviously, nothing actually pans out the way it's supposed to. But this is be something fun to share and see where we actually go. Now coming back to the taxes. Year to date, I'm projecting $2,600 or about $2,622.59. And I'm estimating owing Uncle Sam $147.13 of those. So my margin use sits at $3,718.37. And my equity currently sits at $7,790.38 for a Robinhood buffer of 53.43%. I will share the IBIT call that I did get into, which is taking about $300 of that, which is actually in the green right now. So we'll see how that does this time around. Coming over to the transaction side, you can see here that on the 24th, Christmas Eve, I did buy 4 shares of ULTY. That was the drip at $38.72. which cost me $154.88. My drip amount would have been $167.16. However, I do want to stay buying whole shares, and that's why a couple weeks back here, I've been buying more than what the drip has been. But this should balance out as I continue to buy shares and use the remainder of the drip to buy whole shares. So we'll see how that goes. I don't really want to buy anything other than whole shares, but that's just my preference for now. And That may change in the future as the drip changes or the amount of the drip changes as we go along. ULTY did announce a 57-cent dividend per share. As stated, that grossed me $167.16. And I did drip that. It was at a weird amount of ROC of 99.57%, which means 0.43% of that was income. It'll be interesting to see once the taxes actually come out of what that amounts to be. I may share that with you guys at tax time here, which is just around the corner. But as it stands there, 71 cents out of the $166.43 was actually allocated to income. All right, now I want to slow things down and really focus on price action because this part matters. Right here on the chart, this marker shows the 1-for-10 reverse split on December 1st. And I want to be very clear about something up front. The dip you see right after this was not caused by the reverse split itself. That drop happened during a broader market pullback. The entire market was selling off at the same time. So it's important not to confuse timing with the cause. Yes, ULTY did pull back after the split, but so did a lot of assets across the market. What matters more to me is what ULTY has done since then. Over the past couple of weeks, price has stopped free falling. ULTY has been stabilizing in the high 30s range. That's not panic selling, that's price digesting. Now, here's the part that gets missed if you only look at the chart. Since the reverse split, ULTY has paid 4 dividends: a 58-cent dividend on December 4th, a 54-cent dividend on December 11th, a 49-cent dividend on December 18th, and most recently, is that updated on the chart here, a 57-cent dividend that was paid out on Thursday. For most of you, it should be hitting today, Friday that is. For context, that is a total of $2.19, just shy of $2.20 per share paid out after the reverse split. Right now, ULTY is trading around $38.75. So if you're only watching price, it might look like nothing is happening. But during this sideways price action, ULTY has been paying cash every single week. This is exactly why I track TrueGain, not just price. TrueGain asks one simple question: what did price do and how much cash did I get paid while holding? And almost all these dividends were a return of capital. That means they don't hit me with taxes today, they reduce my cost basis instead. So when I zoom out, what I see is after a market-wide dip, ULTY found a range. While price stabilized, income continued. That's not a growth stock pattern. That's an income product doing what it's designed to do. In my portfolio, that's why my unrealized loss looks bigger than my true loss. On paper, price alone says I'm down more, but when I include dividends, my true gain is already meaningfully better. Every dividend paid reduces that gap. ULTY isn't about winning the chart, it's about getting paid while the chart plays out. And so far, since the reverse split, that's exactly what it's been doing. What's crazy is if you look at the price action, it looks almost similar to what happened after the tariff drop back in May. And when everybody started going crazy over ULTY, price dipped, price recovered, and then it hovered, and a lot of people were happy with ULTY at the time. We'll see if the ULTY managers have corrected this. And so far, it looks like we're on a positive track. Although it is paying a lot less dividend, a lot less in dividends, stable is always better in my opinion. So only time will tell, and I will continue to document the whole way through. And a quick update on the IBIT call. I'll keep this short. Today, I saw a sharp overnight move higher in Bitcoin, followed by a flush back down. That pullback lined up with the Bitcoin options expiration, which tends to create volatility. I took a call position on IBIT after the dip, not chasing strength. This is a tactical trade, not a long-term hold. What I'm watching for is a bounce off the dip and continuation back down towards prior highs. If momentum shows up, I'll let it work. If it doesn't, I'll cut it. Position size is controlled. This does not affect my ULTY income strategy. This is just me taking advantage of volatility, nothing more. I'll update this trade next week, win or lose. Back to ULTY. All right, dividend stackers, that's gonna wrap it up for the video and for the year. This is my last video of the year, so I just want to take a moment. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, and I truly wish you a happy and healthy new year. Thank you for all the likes, the subscriptions, the comments. I really appreciate every single one of you. This honestly wasn't something I thought I'd be doing when I started 2025, especially YouTube, but I'm really glad I did. This community has grown way faster than I ever expected, and I don't take that lightly. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, none of this is financial advice. This is just what I am doing with my money inside of ULTY. Let's see what 2026 brings. ULTY YOLO out.